Hello and welcome to our beloved audience at the Bulgarian Entrepreneur Magazine. Today we're happy to have with us Mark the Turk, a visionary entrepreneur and founder of FreeBoss. Mark's vast experience in leadership and business growth is widely recognized, and his insights have shaped the careers of thousands globally. As he prepares to enlighten us about his next lecture on 6 formulas for success and expansion, let's delve into what makes these formulas so transformative. Mark, it's a pleasure to have you on with us today.
It's my pleasure also. And first of all, to everyone, Happy New Year. I wish you a fantastic 2024 for you and for everyone who is listening to this interview. So, basically, L. Hubbard discovered that success is linked with ethical behavior. And he observed plants, and he saw that some plants were growing and expanding, and some plants were not. And in very interesting, he found out that there are 6 situations people grow to, and linked to that, a formula. So that's why we call it 6 formulas for success and expansion. Actually, in every activity you're doing, whether it will be business or private, it works in private life and in business life, and that's fantastic. And that's why it's so unique, because it's also exact. So it's exact formulas. If you do them, there is nothing else you can do but expand. That's the beauty of life. Life basically helps us expanding. And if you don't do this, well, life will do everything to make you do them. And if you don't want, well, you will go down. As simple as that.
Amazing. So if you don't want to do it, life will force you eventually to make it.
Absolutely. And that's when I studied lots of things. I also was working with Tony Robbins in the past. I mean, studying the things. I did MBA, etc. And at that moment, I had a business, a restaurant business, and I watched these formulas. Basically, I read a book, and I said, "This guy is 100 year upfront I've ever seen. Let me try it." So for some years, I tried those formulas, and also to do exactly the reverse of what is written, and I didn't succeed. So now for me, this is a certainty that if you follow these steps, you cannot do anything else but grow. It's like surfing on the wind. And if you go against it, it's like rowing against a big stream. And I remember, Plummet, the first time we had some discussion, business discussion, I'm not going to tell the details, but he had an affluence. He went wrong like this. But he recognized that he always made an error by not following the formula. I showed him the formula. He said, "Oh my God, this is an eye opener." Yes, it is. So it is a real eye opener for everyone, whether you have a business or not, to grow and to follow basically the winds of life. You understand? And my mission basically is to help people to go better in life. And this year, I really put there for a firm goal to make sure that everyone in Bulgaria knows those formulas, because if you follow them, you cannot do anything else but grow and expand.
Mark, which of these formulas is most challenging for the businesses nowadays to implement, and why is that
That's
happening?
Yeah, that's a good question, because okay, there is 6 situations, or what we call conditions. На български състояние.
Okay.
6 conditions you have to go through, and every condition has steps, exact steps, like in mathematics we call this a formula. And okay, there is, in any step, a lot of people make errors, but the most interesting, or the most interesting steps where people make mistakes and which are challenging, are the following. One, when you see there is a crisis coming, you go a little bit down. And two, when you go extremely up. So when you see that there is a crisis coming, like a lot of people think, A lot of people, they do the wrong thing. They start to economize, they analyze, they stop. While when you go a little bit down, the first thing you have to do is to promote, to make yourself known, to work harder, more. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, you change something. And the third thing is you economize. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses just do the reverse. They first economize and then they say, oh my God, we have to change something. Now we have to promote, but it's too late. And they fall down into danger. And a lot of companies that I've seen in crisis situations then close their doors. So that's when you go a little bit down. First thing to do is promote, promote, promote. Now, when you go seriously up, and I call this the Bulgarian entrepreneur's illness, when you go seriously up, a lot of Bulgarian companies, they say, okay, let's do pachanga, let's spend money. Well, unfortunately, when you go like this, the first thing you have to do is economize and then pay your debts, and then you can play different things. You can invest more, etc. But the first thing to do is economize. And a lot of business people don't understand this. So when they go up, they make big party, they spend money, they buy a new car, etc. And then they go seriously down and they are here and then they telephone us to help them to find money. You understand? And the first thing we do then is, did you economize? Not really. Okay, let's see how we can redress it, because, and that's the good news with these formulas. If you're fast enough, you can always redress a situation. That's good news, by the way.
Fantastic. And Mark, in the context of leadership, how do these
Mhm.
formulas enhance a manager's ability to actually lead his team effectively?
Well, it's basically a guideline for any manager. He knows what he has to do. And at the same time, it's not like, oh, let's see what we can do. Let's see what strategy. No, no, no. There is an exact way. That's one. Two, it's also self-motivating for the people working for the leader. So instead of trying to motivate people as a leader, which you can't, you can only invite people to motivate themselves. Well, you can say, okay, this is the condition, this is the formula, see for yourself how you can grow, and that makes it much easier for a leader basically to manage his success.
Okay, and we talked about these formulas and how they're helping the business in general. But if we, let's say, pick a specific niche, a specific industry, how can these formulas be customized or personalized in any shape or way or form to a specific
Yes,
industry to maximize the value, basically? Is it
yes,
possible?
of course. As I said, those formulas are live, and live is all over. Whether you, let's say, whether you run, whether you cook, whether you have a business in a specific niche, or whether you have a general business, they work in any situation and can be, of course, customize. I mean, customize is a bad word. There is a general formula, and based on this, you know what you do for your business, for your activity, or for your life. Yes.
Okay. Finally, Mark, I wanted to ask, is it possible that in the future, because our world changes and technology changes, will these rules be the same in 1,000 years or 100 years, or do you see them changing?
Well, that's a very important question. And the answer on that is I'm 61 years old. I use this already since 30 years, but Ron Hubbard used this since, much more. And he writes that they will always be there. It's basically, it looks very arrogant. And people don't have to understand, don't have to, what I mean, believe it. But those formulas are the formulas of the universe. There is a beautiful movie called what is it? The Rules of the Universe, right? There is a movie about that.
Yeah.
where you decide and you get. Well, the point is there is two things missing in this movie. The first one is those formulas. If you want something and it's not in the correct condition, you will not get it. And two, it has to do also with how emotionally high you are. If you're high emotionally, what you want, you get. If you're low emotionally, you don't get what you want, you get something totally different. But that would be the topic of a lecture next time, to go up and down in the emotions. For now, on 23rd of January at 4 o'clock, we will deliver a lecture of 1.5 hours, like we do every month together with BEM. And this lecture will be focused on what to do in what situation so that you can go up with 100% certainty, not putsch tea. You understand what I mean? And that makes it so strong and so unique.
Amazing. Mark, your insights into the 6 formulas for success and expansion really offered great and invaluable guidance for me personally, but for the audience as well of the entrepreneurs and business leaders at the Bulgarian Entrepreneur Magazine. Thank you for everything you've shared today, and we really
Welcome.
can't wait for the lecture on the 23rd. I'm wishing you all the best for 2024 and, of course, to all of our viewers at the Bulgarian Entrepreneur Magazine. And looking forward to the lecture, Mark.
Okay, thank you very much. And please come, all of you, because this will change your life. It's the life-changing lecture, okay? And I'm not kidding. So, ciao, do well.
Thank you. Ciao.
Welcome.